Do I look serious? This is serious. I'm recording this video at the end of June 2022. The purpose of this video is to launch or announce what I'm calling my 30 plus 1 day countdown in July to getting ready. Whatever that means, in my gut, in my instinct, in my heart, in my place that is really nervous, that's attached to the ethers, I really feel like August and September are going to be a significant demarcation point in life here in Western civilization. Now, if you're not in the United States, this may not be happening in your timeline the way it may be happening in our timeline, but for the purposes of this video, the content and what's going to be following in the month of July, it will be relevant. So what I wanted to do is make a list that I started for myself a week or two ago, saying, what do I need to get before food runs out, money collapses, gas is no longer available, truckers can no longer deliver, the internet would go down, electricity would go down, whatever, or we would be locked down, whatever version of what's coming as we approach here in America, the 2022 elections. It feels breathtakingly close. Now, the reason I'm doing this is twofold. One, some of you have been following me for a long time, and so I want to help you and help myself at the same time really make these final, and what I'm looking at is last preparations and getting ready. But more importantly for me is I am tired of living like the shoe is going to drop, waiting for that other shoe to drop. And so I've made the decision to psychologically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, physically use July as my transformation month in which I fully step over into whatever this next version of the world is going to be. What I do here at Jill's Journals, and I am Jill, have spent the last 10 plus years really documenting my process and how I have made a lot of the physical changes, how I've talked about the psychology of it all, how I've talked about the emotional and the spiritual components. The reason why I'm qualified, I think, if you are new, is I have spent 10 plus years living what I call in the dirt. The last two, I've been fully off-grid. The last few months, I've had access to electricity, but I still don't have any electricity, Wi-Fi, or cell phone signal inside the steel horse trailer that I live in. In addition to that, I have been a licensed clinical social worker / therapist for 20 plus years. My specialty was in crisis and trauma. I know way more than I ever want to about those kinds of things. And so what I've really been working on with you here and over at Substack, which is a podcast and a journaling format, is the nervous system, and those of us who are what's called wired for danger, meaning those of us whose nervous system is primarily defaults in the face of danger to run towards it, as opposed to those who might freeze up or run away. We all have all three, but my specialty is for the first responder, frontline type of personality, nervous system that moves towards the danger. The noises you're hearing in the back are, this is what you're hearing in the background. Okay, so what I plan on doing, and I want to do with any of you who would like to follow along with me, is to not create a perfect plan and not pretend like I can get everything I ever need to get done in the last 30 days. What I'm doing is taking one day each of this month, 1 through 30, we have 31 days in July, and dedicating that to one concept, one idea, one set of principles or products that I believe will be important as we move forward. What I'm going to do is prepare an outline, free for everybody who wants to download, and then follow along, and you can fill out the information that is helpful and relevant to you. I'm going to be combining video, audio, and written format. It's going to be documented daily at Substack. That's jillsjournals.substack.com. Normally, I post an audio Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Mondays and Wednesdays have been free. Friday have been for paid subscribers, and all comments have been limited to paid subscribers or investors. I'm going to be shifting that for the month of July. It's going to be full access to anyone and everyone that would like to participate in this. And what my hope and my goal is that by my being accountable to you daily, you will choose to maybe focus on what we're doing here as a way to be accountable to yourself. It really helps me to focus on something external and be accountable to that. And for the purposes of my month of July, that's going to be you. So I'm not going to be doing fancy videos. I'm not going to be doing storytelling. I'm not going to be doing a lot of reflective thinking. This month is dedicated to just one thing for me, and that is to put all the pieces into place that I have still left undone. This was really triggered by the concept or the idea that's being floated right now that trucking will be going down 100% in August. Now, I've heard some data or some information that is saying not necessarily true, but highly limited, meaning supplies may be short. As you know, we're on the verge of who knows what, when knows what too, right? And so I feel like this is the last month of semi-normal that we're probably going to have. And so as much as I would like to, kick back and have fun and celebrate, I feel like this is it. So I am focusing 100% on what I can get done this month. On the 31st is the day I am choosing to just let it all go and let what will be. I'm also calling that a celebration. One of the things I've noticed over the course of time is that most people in our history and culturally had a day of celebration. They had times of celebration throughout the year. So they would work hard and then they would take a break. And so the last day of July is the day I'm going to take a break. I'm going to invite you to take a break with me. And from there, I am choosing to enter whatever this next world is going to be. That is a psychological, emotional, and spiritual shift. It's not a physical shift because, like you, I have no idea what's coming. She's making lots of noise. So with that, you will be able to get some updates here, but the daily updates will be over at Substack. You can follow that link below. So I'll be doing daily updates over at Substack. There'll be periodic updates over here when video is going to be included in my Substack. And if you subscribe, you do not have to pay to subscribe in the month of July to receive the daily updates. I'm going to create a separate list for that if you do not want to get the daily updates. If you're a current member over there on Jill's Journal Substack, you can unsubscribe to the daily updates because I agree with you, daily updates are annoying, daily emails are annoying, but for the month of July, it's going to be every single day while we get through this chunk of time. So it's not going to be fancy. It's going to be simple. It's a psychological shift. And it's a time to really just buckle down and make lists and strategies and systems and figure out what we need to get done for ourselves in our lives before the option is taken away from us. Now the question might be, what if nothing happens? I don't care. I feel like something's coming, whether I can name it or not. And I am tired of living in the uncertainty and waiting for the shoe to drop. So this to me is a demarcation point where I am just deciding that I am not going to worry about it anymore. I'm not going to prepare anymore. What I have is what I have, and moving forward, I will be living the way that I believe we may have to live. Doesn't mean I won't drive, but it means I'm taking the brakes off of the someday hold that so many of us are in and shifting to this is a war. We are in the war, and I'm going to start acting and owning the responsibility that I am living in this moment in time. And I'm going to do everything I can to be a participant and get through. I'm not going to say it's going to be easy. I know it's not going to be perfect. I know I'm not going to be able to do everything I talk about, but I am going to do my very, very best. So again, you can join the link, follow the link below and join me. I hope you will decide to subscribe and share this as a process for other people that are close to you. You'll be able to download all the PDFs and the printables so that you can create your own journey, your own log, your own field guide, whatever you want to call it. And there's so much to do. I have tiny windows every day in which to get it done. And so I'm going to take one last deep breath with you. I'm going to say thank you for joining me in this process. I hope it's totally unnecessary. And if it's not, we'll all be glad we did. Deep breath. Here we go. See you next time.